Hi you guys, welcome back, or welcome if you are new. So today I wanted to do a purple eye look. I want to do something kind of bold too, so I'm thinking maybe like a halo eye or something. But the palette that I want to use is this Cosmic Beauty Gothic palette. I've had this palette for quite a while and I've always really loved this color story. So yeah, I want to go ahead and play around with this today. It's really pretty. I think it's going to create a really pretty purple eye look. Now I've already kind of cleaned up my brows and did put on some Morphe eyeshadow primer, and this primer, when it's blended out, is kind of like transparent, so that's why you can't really see it that much. But yeah, we already have our lids primed, so we're actually just going to jump right into this eye look because I'm going to do a full face. So I think I want to stay kind of on the cool tone side with this palette, so I think I'm going to go into this shade in my crease for my transition. I'm probably going to put some of this in the crease as well. Oh, that's pretty dark. I love blacks that have the sequin shimmers in it. I know a lot of people do not like blacks with the little shimmers in it. I love them for some reason, so I want to try and use a little bit of that. So let's just get started. We'll see what happens. We'll see where this goes, okay? But yeah, for sure, I know I want to put this kind of cool tone lavender type shade in my crease to start off. So let's see what the pigmentation is on this smaller. This is the smallest Cosmic Beauty palette I have. I don't know if they even have any more that are this size or if this was the only one, but yeah, this is the smallest palette I have from them. Nice cute little 12 pan, and I think for the color store that's all you need, right? You don't need like 50 shades of purple. And I do already have, if I do want 50 shades of purple or 100 shades of purple, you know, if we get into talking about the P. Louise palettes, I have a beautiful all purple palette from P. Louise, which is like 5 million shades of purple. And then who else has my ABH Norvina purple palette has like 50 shades of purple in it, so it's not like I need another palette that large that has a bunch of purples in it. But anyway, so as we can see, this color is very pigmented. It's definitely true to color as far as what it looks like in the pan. Definitely true to color. For some reason, I have really been wanting to do my face first recently, but it's like that just does not work out for me because I do not like to have to be all nice and neat and precise when it comes to my eyes. Even though I like pretty bold, detailed eye looks, I do like to be able to just slap the eyeshadow on without having to worry about, you know, it getting all over my base and stuff. So I don't know, one day I'll figure it out, child. So yeah, I really like that color. It's pretty. See, I'm thinking I should go into here if I want to go into here, because if I go into here, I don't really need both of these super dark shades. So, but this one is really pretty. Whatever, bump it, right? Let's go into this. We're going to go into the dark, deep dark purple, honey. So I am, you know, if you guys are familiar with my beauty room, excuse me, you know that I am kind of sitting in a different placement when it comes to, you know, applying my makeup. And so I'm kind of like facing my fish tank a little bit. Well, it's off to the side, but kind of facing the fish tank. And so I'm sitting here looking at T.I. and Tiny, and they just staring at me like, are you gonna feed us? When I tell you those fish are so freaking greedy, I can't even come in here and do anything. I can't come in here, prepare for, you know, a video, or just like, you know, explore some of my makeup or palettes or whatever. Just minding my own business in my own beauty room, right? Without them all up in my business, just staring me down hanging out, you know, swimming right there at the front of the tank, you know, waiting for me to put some food in there. I'm like, y'all greedy. But they are getting bigger. I'm very happy about that. They are. Because when the fish guy first put them in my tank, child, they was microscopic. I was like, I didn't ask for no invisible fish. Like, where's my fish at, you know? I'm used to my husband's tank. You know, his fish are nice, big, beautiful sized fish. And I'm like, you don't bring me these little microscopic fish? I know my tank is small, but geez Louise. So anyway, they're growing though. I'm glad too, because now I can see them. And I was, when I first started feeding them, I was kind of crushing up their food a little bit, because I noticed when I would put the pellets in there, they would put it in their mouth and spit it out, and put it in their mouth and spit it out, because it was too big. So they would have to try and, you know, work it out or wait until, oh, this color is so pretty. I love me some purple. And this cool tone purple is so pretty. So, so pretty. So yeah, obviously we're going with the halo eye type of vibe. But yeah, they used to, you know, put it in their mouth and spit it out. So I was like, okay, it's too big. I need to crush it up for a little bit until they get bigger. And now I don't have to crush it up anymore, honey. They take that mug in their mouth and be gone with it. So happy about that. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the black, which has a little sparkles in it. And looking at it, I don't even know if you guys can see. Yeah, you can see them little sparkles in there, but you probably won't even be able to see that, you know, once the eye look is complete, because, you know, usually the little sparkles just fade away. Anyway, so how y'all doing? How you doing? I feel like I just jumped in, just started running my mouth, okay? So rude. But anyway, how y'all doing? So hopefully you guys are doing well. I am really just, when I tell you every day, I'm really just pushing myself, like, just do it. Just do it. It seems like it takes me forever to get to the point where I'm like, okay, you know, go ahead, turn the camera on and go. And like today with this video, I almost did a voiceover, because I was like, you know what, I'd rather just listen to music or watch a makeup video, you know, and just relax and put my makeup on. And then I was like, no, you know what, you need to connect with your people. These are your people. You love them, they love you. Go ahead and connect with them, you know, and it'll make you feel better, you know. And so that's what I'm doing. So if it seems like I'm talking too much, I apologize, but just trying to connect with my peeps, right? So I think this eye look is coming together very nicely and very easily. You know, when you want to have a good blend with a halo eye, you do have to go back and forth quite a bit, or at least you should. You don't have to, you know, you don't have to do that. You can just slap it on there and go about your business if you want to. Don't get me the lying, child, because trust, I done seen, you know, eyeshadows where people just slapped it on and went on about their business, you know. And if that's how you like it, then that is perfectly fine, honey. Makeup is very personal, you know, and you do it in a way that makes you feel comfortable. And for me, I'm real big on blending though, you know, trying to get a nice cohesive look. Even though I want each shade to be visible, I still want them to blend together. If that makes sense, you know. So that's what I'm doing now. It's like I still want you to be able to see the black and the purple and even the lighter crease shade that I applied, but I want you know, them to all blend together nicely, even though, you know, I do want them to kind of stand out and be visible before I put the shimmer on my lid. So, and I think I'm just about ready. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of smooth out that center part so it's not looking too crazy underneath the shimmer. But yeah, these shadows are nice. I mean, I really like Cosmic Beauty shadows anyway. If you're wondering why I'm hesitating when saying their name, is because they used to be Cosmic brushes. Oh my gosh, I drive myself crazy in my videos. Like my last video, if you watched it, the one where I did the fall eye look with the yellow, orange, and green, when I was talking about Angelica Nyquist, I kept saying Angela Nyquist. So if you caught that, my apologies. I know it's Angelica, but I just kept saying Angela Nyquist, and I'm like, probably because it was rolling off of my tongue. But anyway, I know it's Angelica. So, okay, shimmers. I said I want to stay cool toned, so I'm going to go in with this, and this is probably going to be the inner corner. I don't even want to kind of venture off into the warmer purple because I want to stay cool toned. So, am I doing glitter glue? I need to. So, grab this glitter glue right quick because I sure wasn't going to. And just tapping this, the e.l.f. glitter primer. And I'm just tapping a little bit of that off on my hand because I'm just really going to put just a little bit in the center of my lid just to make sure that this shimmer sticks well. But you know what I've noticed, even, you know, as I'm getting older, which I've always had hooded lids, but it seems like now, even more so, I experience creasing. Even when I use, you know, glitter primers, glitter glues, things, you know, to help the shimmer adhere. That's pretty dark though. The cool tone one, I'm gonna tap some of the lighter one on top because I don't want my shimmer to be just all dark. But I've noticed that I do experience, I do experience more creasing than I used to, you know, and you know, it's kind of like, you do the best you can to, you know, try to crease less, but you know, you can only do what you can do. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, you know, when I take my pictures, it's frustrating because I notice that, you know, the shimmer will get caught up in my wrinkles in there. And no matter how much I spread it out, it just kind of settles back in there. But it's all good. It's part of life, right? It's part of life. But like I said, my this is gorgeous. If you want more of a deeper, darker, smoky type vibe, oh, that's pretty. But I do want a little bit more brightness on the top, or in the center, I should say, of my lid. So I'm gonna go into this shade here, the one that I said I was gonna put on the inner corner, which I'm sure I'll still put it in the inner corner, but I want to see how, I want to see how that looks on top of this, you know, if it'll just lift it a bit. Yeah, it's lifting it just enough. Oh, that's gorgeous. Yeah, that's exactly what I needed. It was just a little lift. It's giving it that psychedelic vibe. Okay, really pretty. Do you guys have this palette? Did you guys grab it? I picked up, I wonder if I'm always overdoing it. Look, I can't stop putting it on, but I picked up one of the Danessa Myricks shadow sticks, the Color Fix sticks or whatever, to play around with. And the one that I got is the one that has like the amethyst type purple in it, right? But I haven't played with it yet, and so I'm wondering if it kind of gives the same type of vibe, right? That's what I'm thinking. Okay, I'm going to slap on some liner and lashes, and then we'll move on to the face. Finish up the eyes after the face. Okay, you guys, so moving on to the face. I already used some of my Clinique Moisture Surge and just kind of let that absorb into my skin. Although I had already moisturized before starting, you know, it's like after I do my eyes, I kind of wipe underneath them and stuff. So I just feel like I need to add some moisture back into my skin. So I've already done that. And for primer, I'm going to use my Pop and Shine primer from P. Louise that they sent me in the monthly subscription box or whatever, and I thought it was kind of cool, so I'm gonna go ahead and use it again today. And like I said, the first time I used it, it definitely feels quite hydrating. I do see a glow, you know, when I put it on, but I just don't like the smell. It definitely has a not so pleasant smell to it, and I'm assuming it's from the little like glowy, whatever these little glowy beads are in here. I don't know, it could be the gel, but that's what it looks like. And it feels very hydrating, but yeah, I have to just ignore the smell because we will be using it. So yeah, I did sign up for their monthly mystery box or whatever it is, subscription box, just because I kind of like, I shouldn't say kind of, as far as buying, you know, a lot of makeup like I used to, I really don't like, even palettes. I buy a lot of palettes, but nowhere near as many as I used to because I'm more discriminating with what I want in my collection now, you know. But as far as just regular everyday makeup and skincare, I really don't buy a lot of items unless I just absolutely have to have it, right? So I decided to go ahead and sign up for their monthly subscription box just to kind of get a nice little surprise, you know, every month. Kind of like getting a surprise present every month, you know. Although I feel like I'm gonna get sick of it pretty quick because if I get a lot of things that I really don't like or really don't care to use, then I'm like, nah, last thing I need is a whole lot of stuff that I don't want anymore, right? So what I'm gonna do for color correcting today, instead of using my Catrice True Skin concealer like I normally do, I'm gonna go in with this NARS concealer. You know what shade is this? Is this Truffle? I bought this quite a while ago and I don't even think I used it. I think I might have swatched it. Yeah, it's in the shade Truffle, but it kind of has, you know, it's a regular concealer, but it leans a little bit orange to me. A little bit, not a lot, a little bit. So I'm going to just kind of use this in the areas where I have my hyperpigmentation and under my eyes, and just see how I like this underneath my foundation, you know, how well it holds up. If it holds up at all, I don't know, but we finna see. It seems like I did use it once before, and since I'm a creature of habit and this isn't really, you know, what I'm comfortable doing for color correcting, I kind of just go to my usual. But I feel like there, you know, are possibly better ways for me to deal with my hyperpigmentation. I don't know, we'll see. As far as using it under different types of foundations and stuff, because, you know, some foundations are super matte, some are, you know, super dewy and things like that. So I do feel like that plays a role in how well certain color correctors and concealers work on my skin. I would say I have pretty normal skin. I used to get oily, but I really don't get oily like I used to, you know, throughout the day. Not anything abnormal. I used to get abnormally oily, but now it's more so just you know, regular oils that will escape on most people throughout the day unless they have dry skin. So yeah, I would say I would describe my skin as pretty normal at this stage of the game, which I'm thankful for, because Lord knows I got enough problems to deal with when it comes to my life, you know, in general, dealing with, you know, other type of physical struggles. Having normal skin is a win. It's a win. I'll take it all day long, child. Okay, so yeah, I'm just tapping in here with this dense brush. This is like a Morphe brush. I don't know if this has a number on it, but you know, it is a Morphe brush, and it's shaped like this, and it's very dense. So I believe it's like for concealer and things, but it's working out pretty well with applying this thick pot concealer. So, okay. Now, I know a lot of people I've seen actually place powder on top of their color corrector. I don't know if I'm ready to do that yet, because I'm already about to do something tricky with my face, so I'm not gonna push it. Now, this L'Oreal Skin Ink foundation, I love the coverage. I love the shade. The shade that I have is 375. Love the coverage, love the shade, love the finish, but this stuff is so matte. I feel like it dries down way faster than I can work through it, and I don't like that. I also don't like the fact that it's such a small amount, you know, and it's kind of like this concealer type vibe to it. So this is good for someone who really doesn't need a lot, or, you know, wants full coverage and stuff like I do. I think that's the confusing part, because it's extremely full coverage, but it's such a small amount of product. So what I'm gonna do I'm testing this out for the first time, you guys. I haven't done this before, but what I'm going to do to try and give myself a little bit more wiggle room with working with this foundation is I'm going to mix it with some of my e.l.f. Thirst Burst drops, so that I can make it less matte and extend the dry time. So I'm going to use my little palette, mix me up a little concoction, and then I'm going to go in with it on my face, and hopefully that will work. Because if not, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this foundation, because I don't like the dry time on it. It's just way too short. So I put a couple of pumps of the, I probably only needed one pump, honestly, but I put a couple of pumps on there, and now I'm going to try and put some of this foundation on here off of this doe foot and mix it together and see if that works out better for me. And I'm also going to spray my brush just to help to increase the dry time for me, you know, using this foundation. So I'm gonna mix it with the drops, and hopefully that doesn't dilute it too much. Oh, it looks like it did. It looks like I'm gonna need more foundation, but let's see. Because the coverage on this stuff is insane. So you know, and those dewdrops are supposed to, you know, help to make your base, whatever you mix it with, if you don't just use it as a glowy primer, you know, to help it become a little more glowy. And I'm trying not to wipe away my color corrector, but I'm gonna have to mix some more. That wasn't enough. And having it on this doe foot is not making it any easier for me to get it out of here. It's making it quite difficult. I just don't think this is the foundation for me. I don't think there's anything wrong with this foundation. If you like a matte foundation and you don't mind it drying down super fast, then you will probably love this foundation because of the coverage. Like I said, it's insane. But for me, I don't like to feel rushed when I'm putting on my makeup. You know, my makeup is like my relaxation time, if you know, get my drift. It's when I like to just kind of relax and apply and not have to stress off, but oh my gosh, I gotta hurry up and blend that out because it's gonna dry too fast, or child, I ain't got time for that. So yeah, it's definitely a more pleasant experience with this foundation, you know, being able to at least apply it before it's, you know, super dry. But child, yeah, these glowy drops are definitely giving me a glow. But I'm not really worried about that because I'm going to it's very glowy. You know, I gotta set it with powder anyway, so it's fine. Yeah. And you see with the brush, I did kind of lift that concealer up a little bit, so I'm just gonna dab a little bit of that and just let it sit for a minute, and then I'll go ahead and tap that in and we'll be covered back up. Okay, so yeah, I definitely prefer using that foundation, that L'Oreal foundation with the drops in it, because it's giving me a nice glowy look. I don't think I'm really into that super flat matte foundation look anymore, because I used to like matte foundation to be super matte because I was so oily. But now that I'm normal, you know, have more normal skin, I'm like, I don't need it to look like I'm sucked dry. And if I do, I'll just use, you know, enough powder to do so. So we're gonna go in with the ABH concealer and just kind of add a little bit of brightening. I really like this concealer. I've used it quite a few times now and I really like it. So it's very thick. The coverage is phenomenal. And yeah, I feel like I like it better than the House Labs. I have used the House Labs a couple of times and just kind of felt like, I don't know. I don't think it's not necessarily anything wrong with it. I just prefer the ABH. I prefer the coverage. I prefer the application, how it blends, all of that. So I think I'm going to use a brush to blend today instead of a sponge. Try and keep as much coverage as I can with this concealer. So now I'm just taking the brush that I used for the foundation and just kind of, you know, blending out the edges of the concealer just to kind of make it, you know, more cohesive on my face. Oh yeah, I am so happy that I mixed that foundation with those Doobie drops. It made such a huge difference, because when I used that foundation before, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna be able to use this foundation because it's just way too matte and it dries down way too fast, you know, for me to do what I like to do. So okay, looks good. Yeah, I love this concealer. I do love it, love it, love it. Okay, so we're going to do some contouring. I'm going to use my Black Radiance True Complexion Cream Contour Palette, an OG that I haven't even used. This is a new one. I used to use it a lot back in the day, but I'm gonna go in and use this shade for a bronzer. I believe, yeah, it's called a contour cream palette, but this shade for me is a bronzer. So I'm gonna go in with some of that and get my bronze on. And as you can see, I'm just kind of, you know, like tapping it down, stippling it down before really blending in, just because, you know, I want to try and be sure to control the pigmentation as best as I can. I have a tendency to go ham when it comes to bronzing. Okay, you guys, I went and grabbed one of my Juvia's Place, and this one is actually more, you know, warm than cool, as you can see, but I think this will look pretty maybe with the lip that I'm gonna do. Not sure. So I'm just going to try a little bit of this. What is this one called? Sexy Berries, Sweet Berries. I don't know, y'all. So I'm gonna try a little bit of this. I'm gonna put some on my palette and I'm going to spray it. I'm not playing with this blush today. I'm not in the mood. I just want look at that. I just barely tapped just a tiny bit, spread it out, and I don't really want to use a sponge because I don't want to lift up my foundation and concealer. So that's why I'm just kind of, whoo. This blush is so dark. That's why I really don't use it, because I kind of low-key feel like this blush color can be a little bit too dark for me sometimes. You know, I look bruised. Not happy with this blush color, but it's kind of like, unless I'm gonna put a cool tone blush on with this eye look, I don't think I would be happy with any blush color, honestly. So let's go in with some powder, and I'm trying out a new powder, so not even sure if I'm gonna like this powder over this concealer and blush. I'm going in with this Kosas. This is their pink powder. This one is Cloud Set Translucent Candy Rose Ultra Transparent Powder. So I'm trying this out for the first time. So this is what it looks like, you know, your typical pink powder. I'm going to blend out my concealer just a little bit before I set it. And I'm going to take some of this powder off of my puff because I don't want too much powder on my face. I haven't used the pink powder in quite a while. You know, I had fell in love with the Huda, and since I haven't really been wearing makeup, I haven't used the pink in quite a while, but I know that I really do love the pink powder. That's pretty. Oh, okay. Okay. A little less worried after that that blush. I don't think I'll be putting on any additional blush though. Oh, but this powder is nice. I like it. I always know when I really like a powder because I start putting it on like really fast. Because I'm like, oh, I want to see how it looks in all the places that I want for it to be. Oh yeah, it's definitely giving me a nice light airbrushed finish in those highlighted areas. I like. Yeah, very light, not heavy at all. Yes, okay. All right, Kosas pink powder. Come on through. Help mama fix her face, okay? Not bad. Okay, I like. Okay, you guys, so now I'm gonna go ahead and set the rest of my face. Ooh, almost dropped it. With this Kosas powder. This is the Softly Cloud Set powder. And so that's what it looks like. And I'm going to use this to set the rest of my face. Oh, I'm so happy that that pink powder worked out. I was concerned. And this Kosas powder, this cloud set powder, is so light and airy that, you know, you never feel like you've done too much, but you can still see it, you know, setting your face. It's the depth, deepness, and pigmentation of that liquid blush ought to be a crime, child. Ought to be a crime. Because when I tell you, I put the smallest dot on that palette and mixed it and added spray to it for my cheeks to be looking like I got in a fight, child, that's insane. That blush color scares me, okay? I have a many blush, but that one I don't know if I'll be reaching for again anytime soon. Okay, so I'm gonna use my Give Me Glow Bombshell Bronzer. This one is in Bronzed and Bougie. I really like this powder bronzer, so I'm gonna go in with some of this. And I'm using a big fluffy brush for that. Might not be the best idea, but that's what we doing. As you can see, I am not, when it comes to my makeup application, if you're familiar with me, you already know, I am not one of those precise, precision application type, you know, women. Honey, I put it where I feel like it's supposed to go and call it a day, right? Now I'm scared. I really want to try this Kosas blush shade, honey. I have the shade Chills Blushes Life, I guess, in this Kosas blush, and it's so pretty, but I'm just like, should I just leave Well Enough alone? I kind of feel like I should just leave Well Enough alone. I'm gonna leave Well Enough alone, honey. We're gonna try that. We're gonna try that blush another day, because it's a no for me, dog. It's a no for me. Okay, so highlighter. I have my Dior highlighter. This is the Dior Forever Glow Luminizer, looks like. You can see that. And usually I spray my face before. I'm going to use my One Size powder melt glass setting spray today. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my setting spray before I finish my eyes. So I'm gonna shake this up because it has that milky look to it. So I want to make sure it's nice and blended. I ain't got no sense. Ooh, that's a nice firm spritz. And I think it's my first time using that, so hopefully dousing my face is not a mistake. Oh, I like it. I like it. I don't even know why I like it, but I like it. I like it. It definitely has my skin, you know, gave my skin a nice little glow, like a glass finish. I like it. Okay, so let me go ahead and put on some of this Dior highlighter. And I don't know how I feel about this highlighter, because I feel like I fell in love with the shade when I first got it, but now I kind of feel like it's a little light. I don't know. It don't look too bad. Maybe with this eye look, you know, maybe it'll be okay for me. But sometimes, maybe it's just because I'm used to the really pretty golden bronze highlights that anything else, I'm just like, it's too light, it's too icy. But I mean, it's pretty. Shoot, it's hard to see it with this glass-like filter I got going on. But yeah, I feel like sometimes I feel like it's a little too light, but it's really not icy. It's really just a beautiful glow. Oh. And I feel like, ooh, yeah, I feel like it's going nicely with this setting spray, child. Oh, that's pretty. Child, I feel like I don't even need to put it on my nose. You see how shiny the tip of my nose is? Child. But I gotta put a little bit on there. Ah, so pretty, so pretty, so pretty. Oh, that's pretty, that's pretty. I kind of feel like I want to put a little bit of it. I don't really do like the brow bone highlight no more. I really don't, but I kind of feel like with this cool tone icy purple that I want to add just a little bit to the brown, a little bit on that brow bone. What y'all think? Because it already is a little bit highlighted because of the shimmer that I put. Ooh. See, I don't even be doing that. I don't even be doing that no more. Okay. 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 That glow. Child, get out of town. I'm just gonna be glowing today, whether I want to or not. It's a glowy type of day. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish these eyes. I need to put on a liner. I feel like I got makeup everywhere right now. So what are we doing? Dark light. Dark light. I think I need to go light. So I'm gonna go in with one of my LA Girl liners. It's like a really light lavender shade. So I'm gonna go in with this just to kind of get a little pop on that lower lash line. My eyes are mad at me because when I was putting my lashes on earlier, it's like with these lash extensions, you know, if you don't put it in the right place, you really can poke yourself in the eyeball, which I did a couple of times, but it's all good. So if my eye looks red, that's why. Okay, so back to the palette. Now we need to add a little bit of smokiness on that lower lash line. Ooh. See, now with this blush color on, I kind of want to go into this pretty magenta to kind of pull it together with that blush, even though I didn't want to fool with these warmer purples, but that's what I'm gonna do, child. I'm gonna go into this pretty bright fuchsia shade and put it under my eye. I might mix some of the cool tone in with this just so it's not such a drastic, you know, change in color, because I really just wanted the cool tone. Finish adding this and then I'll go back in with some of the cool tone purple, because I feel like this color is making me look sick. Making me look like I need to go to the infirmary. Okay, now I'm going to take some of this shade and mix it in with the one that I just applied. This is more like that true purple. I really hope that inner corner pop gives me what I need, child, because I do not like that warmer tone purple that I put on here. I should have just stuck to the cool tone and just let the cheeks be the cheeks, honey. But I mean, it's a gorgeous a gorgeous purple shade, but it's not my favorite look. Messed up my purple eye look. I was happy with it the way it was. Okay, so we're gonna do this inner corner pop, same shade that I put on the lid. and see if that helps to pull things together. Okay, yeah, that's helping to pull things together. When I put my mascara on, hopefully it'll be it'll be okay. Okay, you guys, so I definitely feel like that inner corner pop brought everything back together. And that psychedelic pop in the inner corner, it kind of, you know, made this lower lash line a little bit less offensive to me. So I'm rolling with it. I'm cool with it. Yeah, so I'm just now adding my lower lash mascara. I already pretty much put it on both eyes. This is the KOLORUL, and I actually really like this mascara. Got it from Sephora, and I like it. It's not too bad. The wand is a little large, so a lot of times I'll get mascara on my face, but yeah, it's working out. So okay, I'm gonna be a little aggressive with my lips. Lately I've been pretty safe, pretty neutral when it comes to my lips, but we're gonna go in with some color today. I grabbed a few things, a few purple items to put on my lips. Okay, so we just gonna kind of work with these and see what works. It's okay though, because if I don't like it, guess what? I can rub it off, right? Yeah, I can rub it off. So I currently have some Aquaphor on my lips. I put this on, you know, before I started my makeup, because for some reason, just this season, this summer, my lips have been so dry. So I've really been wearing a lot of lip balms and, you know, chapstick and all kind of stuff like that, because my lips are so dry. But I also feel like I'm not drinking enough water. I feel like I'm dehydrated. So yeah, working on that as well. So okay, so I'm gonna start out with this NYX this is the Line Loud lip pencil. It's in a really dark brown shade. I'm not in the mood to do purple lip liner and purple lipstick. And some of you, you know, that are real OGs, and you're really familiar with my my makeup style. And oh, and I took my ponytail out, y'all. Look, I even ran a flat iron through it for y'all. That's saying a lot for me right now, honey, because I don't even take the ponytail out. Anyway, but a lot of you OGs that are familiar with my makeup style from the past, you know that I've never been afraid to have my lips match my eyes, do crazy psychedelic colors. I love me some dark green lipstick. I love me a black lipstick, all of that. But I don't know, I've just been playing it safe lately. So I'm going into this Juvia's Place lipstick, and what is this called? Madame. Oh, this is a metallic. Am I gonna like this? Oh, because I was gonna put that Fenty or that Elf on top of it. Let me see. Ooh, well, it matches the lower lash line, that's for sure. Bump it. Let's go for it. Child. Oh, that's pretty though. Oh, that's pretty. I don't even know if they sell this anymore. I've had this for a long time. Probably longer than I should. Ooh, oh, that's pretty. Whenever I wear makeup like this, my husband be like, "You look grown." I'd be like, "Well, how do I look on regular days, you know, when I'm not all done up and stuff?" You know, he's like, "No, you just, you know, you look grown. You look grown." I'm like, is that a good thing or a bad thing? So this is one of the e.l.f. Glow Reviver lip oils, glimmer finish. So I can't read that, child, but it's the one that's like the really light amethyst type color. And I was gonna put this on top, but I'm like, is that doing too much? So yeah, I was gonna put this on top, or I was going to, yes, it's drying down matte. I was going to go over it with my Fenty Beauty, you know, Gloss Bomb stick, but this is the, you know, really pretty purple amethyst one. And I think I might do that instead because, child, they both give kind of a similar vibe. So I'm gonna go over it with a little bit of this and just see how I like it. Okay, it's just giving that iridescent glow. That's a lot. That's a lot for this eye look. I mean, it's pretty. I could tone it down a little bit by pressing my lips together so it's not so bright. I really just am very impressed with that One Size Powder Melt Glass Setting Spray. Honey, if you like this glowy, dewy look after the fact, after the, you know, application, the full application, you're gonna love it because it definitely adds that glowiness. And I'm just toning it down just a little bit with my powder brush, but I love it. So anyways, this is my bold, bright purple eye look for today. I think it kind of took on a life of its own. Yeah, I definitely would say with that L'Oreal Skin, it is the Skin Ink foundation. Amazing coverage, but if you want to be able to blend this out on your face before it dries, I would suggest mixing it with some type of drops, dew drops or something. But it's amazing, the coverage, I love it, but that's the only way I'm going to be able to use it. I'm loving that ABH concealer, the Kosas pink powder, loving that. But yeah, pretty much for the most part, everything else I was kind of familiar with already. But yeah, the One Size Powder Melt Glass Setting Spray, I like it. And I didn't think, you know, I would. Glass skin is not really my thing, but glowy, okay. So anyways, enough of that, you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you had fun. I hope you laughed at me as I went through my different trials and errors with this eye look. I think it turned out bold and beautiful like I had intended. So anyway, that's it, you guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Toodles!